Hey Sculpted Beauties, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I wanted to come and share with you all how I get rid of the double chin area, any fat in that area, and also snatch that jawline back. So before I jump into that, let me introduce myself. My name is Christina. I am a beauty entrepreneur who specializes in body sculpting and instruction. And a quick background on me: within the last 5 years or so, I have lost over 100 pounds. Okay? Which means that 5 years ago, I had the full moon face with zero contour, and my double chin sat about around here. Maybe if I could find some pictures, I will share them with you all in the community section, just a little before and after moment. So definitely keep a lookout for that. However, let's go ahead and jump straight into how to get rid of a double chin and snatch that jawline back for either you or your client. So the first thing that I use when I am sculpting a jawline and or face is none other than my 6-in-1 slimming device. So before I use this device, I of course clean it off with 70% isopropyl alcohol swabs. Okay, just to make sure everything is clean, sanitized, etc., etc. Go ahead and make sure that all of the alcohol is off of the device as well. Now, I use the sonic setting, or right there. Okay, so you probably could hear the vibrating. Okay, that sound is the sound that gets deep into the layers of skin and the fat to disrupt the fat cells, to impel it, and to drain it out. The reason why I love using this device is because the vibration is not strong enough to shatter your teeth. It's not strong enough to give you any type of tinnitus in your ears. It's not strong enough to disrupt or set off anything as far as your thyroid goes. Definitely stay away from your thyroid, okay? That butterfly shaped organ that sits right here on your décolletage or your clavicle, your décolleté, whatever you want to call it, tomato, tomato, right? And it's also not strong enough to get into any of the myelin sheath and any of the fat cells in your brain. So it does not disrupt anything going on in your head region. It's only strong enough to target the area that we are targeting, and in today's video it just so happens to be the double chin area. Okay, so I've got the sonic on. I'm also going to go ahead and turn on the red light, which we all know that red light is a superpower if you have either the 630 to the 680 nanometers in strength. This is a superpower when it comes to penetrating a fat cell, heating a fat cell up, also helping to drain the fat cell out. So what I will do with the sonic on, and I also turn it to level 2, which is the highest level that it goes to on this sonic device. I will take this either on my client or me, and I will hold it here, moving it towards my lymph node that sits right here. I'm going to be moving it this way for 15 minutes each side, right? I'm also just going to let it sit here at some points in times. It does heat up, but not hot enough to burn you. Once I let it sit for a minute, I will definitely move it to the lymph node. Okay, so we are impelling and disrupting the fat cell, also moving the content from in the fat cell to the nearest lymph node. Okay, this is also wonderful for sculpting the lower face. You know, that buccal fat pad that just sits right about here that everybody's getting removed. Don't get that removed, okay? It will age you like nobody's business. I highly suggest against it. However, using a slimming device on the fat pad right here can slim it out. Instead of getting rid of it, did we know that facial fat is youthful? There's a reason why we have it, okay? Now that we've got that out of the way, the buccal fat pad, you could see it on me. It's right here. If I was to remove it, it would give me that gaunt, hollowed out look. So instead, I just like to thin it out by getting rid of some of the content inside of the fat cell. So I will definitely take my sonic device and slim that fat pad out, not getting rid of it, but slimming it out, okay? And the same rule applies when moving the content from inside of the fat pad to the lymph node that sits around about here. Now, I don't use this device on any other part of my face. Like, for instance, I don't use it right here. I don't use it right here. I don't use it anywhere other than my lower face, my double chin area, okay? And I will use this on either me or my client for 15 minutes. The 15 minutes divided between both sides. And then I am going to go in with my facial radio frequency probe. Again, using alcohol swabs to cleanse the device. And then going in with a 30-minute session of radio frequency on my double chin area. So what I will do with my radio frequency device, when I turn this on, it has the red light as well. I will take it and I will move the device towards my lymph nodes, okay, on both sides. So if you wanted to, you can divide it between 15 minutes, 15 on this side, 15 on this side, or you could just 30 minutes, whatever suits you, okay? So I will just take the probe and I will push it towards up and toward my lymph node, okay? Now, with the buccal fat pad, I will also use this radio frequency probe to target my buccal fat pad, pushing the probe up and toward my closest lymph node. Me personally, I do not use radio frequency on my face fat, just the buccal fat pad area and down between my décolleté and my mid face. So I only use radio frequency on this area. No, I don't do radio frequency facials very often. If I am going to do a radio frequency facial, it's maybe once or twice a year. Again, not wanting to shrink and or get rid of any of my facial fat. We need that facial fat. It is what keeps us youthful. It keeps us supple and it keeps us looking young. Okay, if you were to get rid of all of the fat in your face, you would look like you aged yourself a good 30, 40 years. Okay, so I will use my sonic device, my sonic cavitation device for 15 minutes. Then I go in with a healthy dose of radio frequency for 30 minutes. And then I finish my treatment out with a rolling device. If you wanted to, you could use a gua sha. I am going to use this jade roller. I take this jade roller and I am going to just roll that content to the nearest lymph node. Like so. Also go In the same direction, I took my sonic device and my radio frequency probe and just push that content to the nearest lymph node. Okay, now, if you're extra like me, I also get into mesotherapy, which is a fancy way of saying taking certain serums and getting them into the bodies. So I will definitely take a fat dissolver like Dr. Lipo, and I will put a couple injections in my jawline. That's just me personally. You do what works for you, but this is how I use radio frequency, ultrasonic cavitation, and a jade roller. And if you're being extra, some fat dissolver to get rid of a double chin and snatch that jawline back. And that is the video. If you liked today's video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button just to help people just like you find videos just like this. And also, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button just so that you don't miss any more videos when I upload. Before you go, did you know that my master course is just about to go public? I'm going to be teaching you all how to body sculpt, how to use the tools, the science behind body sculpting, how to start a business in body sculpting, whether you're wanting to open up a mobile body sculpting business, a brick and mortar, a suite body sculpting business, or if you're wanting to start a body sculpting business from home. Or if you're wanting to become a body sculpting instructor like me, my master course is designed to teach you how to do all of the above. And if you catch it before it goes public, you get it for the pre-sale price. Once the master course goes public, it is going to go up in price dramatically. So go ahead and get it while the getting is good. And I will see you all in the fundamentals of body sculpting.